Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Dream Team Tonic podcast, episode 18. Welcome to our usual. Ben, are you there, Ben?
Hi, mate, you right?
All right, mate. And James, are you there?
I'm here, Tony.
The usual suspects were here. Lots to talk about tonight. Or obviously, Harry Kane's probably in the firing line. Really, first word on everyone's lips tonight as another no-show in the goal department. We'll start off by saying a big thanks to our Patreon followers. Obviously, we started Patreon Wednesday this week, and just a big thank you to all the people that have signed up. So I'll just have a quick run through your names: Mike White, Steve Broughton, Connor Tobin, Simon Robson, Bad Dream Team, Mark McKee, Andrew Ferguson, Paul McNally, Ashley Ingram, Matty Blake, David Dunk, Andrew Barnett, and Lee Hooper. Thanks so much for signing up. We appreciate your support, and it means a lot to us. So, yeah, thanks a lot. If you're interested in joining the Patreon, then the link will be on the screen. It'll also be in the comments below for you to follow, which is patreon.com/dreamteamtonic. Right, let's get in to our teams, James. I think you're first up this week.
32 points this week. Obviously been hit by the lack of City and Chelsea clean sheets. So I've got Edison in goal, 3 points. Trent got me a nice 8 points. -3 from James, -2 from Alonso.
Ouch.
0 from Diaz. In midfield, not many points for me. I know some people have got some good points this week in midfield, but Sancho and Mahrez got me 0. Bernardo Silva, thank God I've got him. Otherwise, would have been a disaster.
Yeah.
18 points from him. He's on fire, isn't he? He's doing amazing. Up front, Salah 5 points, Jota 0, and Harry bloody Kane 3 points. What the hell is going on with him?
Oh, God, it's absolutely
Still got a 7 rating though.
They're just being generous now. So the subs that you made there then, James?
Sorry?
What's the subs that you made there then?
Oh, yeah, so this week I got rid of Ben Rama, and I brought in Sancho, and I got rid of Antonio, who actually got an assist, I think, this week, and brought in Jota.
Got an assist for passing the ball to Masuaku's lucky goal.
Yeah.
For his cross.
Yeah. I didn't see Masuaku's into afterwards. Did he say he meant it or what? I know Bowen were ribbing him a little bit, saying that he'll try and claim that as a shot.
Yeah.
Moyes was saying it's a great cross.
Well, I mean, there's no better cross than one that goes it back at net, to be fair.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I was a bit disappointed Antonio didn't take the penalty. It was Lanzini, wasn't it?
Yeah, strange one.
Oh, I was watching it. I was like, yes, they got a penalty. And then Lanzini steps up, who hasn't really been playing that much. But there you go.
Yeah.
That's the way it rolls.
Have you still got Antonio in a couple of teams then?
Me, in one or two of the lower teams, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of them where you take Silva out of that team. Even if you took Silva, Trent out, you see these Chelsea blocks, you can see why it's hit a lot of teams hard this week.
Yeah.
Without Silva and a Chelsea block in that defence, you're really struggling. Really struggling.
Well, what about that miss by Jota?
He does.
Through on goal and he missed it. Like, he literally had to place it in the corner and he smashed it. It at Cody.
Got a few chances, didn't he?
He tried to whack it, didn't he?
Yeah.
We're going to trolling everybody that's brought him in.
Yeah. I was about to say that.
Yeah, that's how it works, isn't it? Like you say, he took Antonio out, sneaks a 5-pointer from nowhere.
Yeah.
Put Jota in, who should have at least had 8 points, you'd have thought, with that goal, but wasn't to be. 8-9 to you're on, James, which weirdly is exactly the same score as my team's on.
Ah.
So 36 points this week. Yeah, not great. Mendy and Rudiger both on -2. Cancelo getting a 3-pointer. Reguilon went off injured, but I like the tweet you put out about saying he'll be back in a day or two, so don't take him out your FPL team, which is obviously good news. It settles me. I thought I might have to make another transfer, but seems like he's sound. Got a yellow card and a clean sheet, so 4 points for him, which ain't too bad. Sancho 0, Fernandez 0. Didn't get to see the United game today. We were out Christmas shopping. Silva, who one of my transfers in, 18 points. Foden, another of my transfers in, 5 points, along with Sancho. So completely fresh new midfield for me. Salah, 5 points up top. Antonio, don't know how the hell he survived my team again. I think it was a little bit of sleeping my night shifts off. I don't know. And I didn't want to use another transfer. I'd used 2. I didn't really want to use the third. And it was only when Mahrez were benched again that I went to Foden. I thought the long term, obviously with the AFCON, I thought Ben Rama's gone. Get rid of Mahrez as well now. It's sorted. So I've got just Salah and Mendy. Mendy, I'm not too fussed about him, really. And then Salah might be here with us a little bit longer, as we'll probably touch on a little bit later, James. I know you got a bit of info regarding that. So all in all, happy with the transfers, really. Silva and Foden. Sancho getting a blank, but it's a long-term transfer. 2.2 million left in the bank for me. 890. Not too bad. I've had a bit of a decent run with my top team, who's now up to like 1200th. So that's made a lot of steady progress over the last 4 or 5 weeks. So happy all round. Over to you, Ben.
Yep. 57 points this week. Held my transfers back. So I'm pretty happy with that. 57 points. So, 926 points now in total. It's about 7k. Edison got a 3 points. Alexander Arnold 8 points. Reguilon 4 points. Rudiger -2. Foden 5 for an assist. Silva 18 points. Man of matching 2 goals. Fornals came off the bench, but kept him in. Just thought he'd probably come in, might play in midweek. And obviously, there's still another 4 game weeks after this game week is finished. So I want to hold them back for transfers. There's going to be loads of injuries during Christmas.
Yeah, COVID's knocking around as well a lot now, isn't it?
Exactly,
Yeah.
And Jimbo in 10 points. I wish he scored 10
we keep banging on about him. He's doing the business, isn't he?
Yeah, played
weird. Ever since we mentioned him on pod about 3-4 pods ago, maybe 5, and we touched upon him being a top player, but he weren't quite getting the goals. And ever since then, he's just been on a run of scoring well, assisting.
He could have had a hatful. I watched the game, but his finishing's not brilliant. But he's getting in the positions. He could have had a hat trick.
Yeah, definitely. I think it does help him as well. Playing the bigger sides, he seems to obviously they're going to push on more. They're going to leave more space on the counter attack. I think it suits West Ham. I think that's why they performed so well against Liverpool, obviously against Chelsea. Playing the bigger sides, I think they're coming onto them, and they've got a decent counter attacking team there.
Yeah. Salah 5, Kane 3 points, and Ronaldo 3 points. So pretty happy with that. 7k, like I said.
Nice one.
Decent amount, 57 points, really.
Yeah, I'm really happy with that.
Very good week.
I wanted to do a couple of transfers, but I was going to bring Sancho in, but I just thought these West Ham players might get a good score in midweek against who are they playing again?
Is it Zagreb?
Zagreb, yeah. Dino Zagreb. So
one of them. Are they going to play? Who are they going to rest? Because they don't need to actually play the game, do they? They're through already.
I think Antonio will be rested, and Ben Rama didn't, and Fornals didn't start the match. So
Yeah,
against Chelsea, so I think they'll play the Europa League game.
yeah, I guess so too. Yeah,
Mm.
like obviously we're still going to put it out a decent side, put the second string out, but yeah.
They're still in the cup as well, so they've got the extra game. So
Was
they
there
probably
anybody
want to
else you were
take them
thinking of
out.
bringing in just for like information purposes? Obviously, you're thinking of Sancho.
Mm.
Was you thinking Bowen to Sancho, or were you thinking Fornals to Sancho?
I was thinking Fornals when I seen the
Yeah,
lineups,
yeah,
but when I looked at the amount of games that West Ham have got compared to Man United, I just thought, just hold. There's loads of
yeah,
games left until the next transfer window. There's 10 games for West Ham. Well, before the game,
yeah,
there's 9 games left now. So and Man United's only got 8 games. When I say 10, it's as if they beat Spurs. That then there'll be 10 games in the
yeah,
Carabao Cup quarter final.
yeah,
So there's possibility of 10 games. So I thought, hold.
yeah. Yeah, good shout. Right, let's jump into the listener questions and straight to Bad Dream Team. You know, what is the best formation now the big dogs are conceding a few road goals? Are there enough midfield options to justify a 3-4-3 when you can chance 5 points from wing backs that are playing as wingers, basically? James, you have one of them wing backs in your side at Liverpool.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people question, saying, "Oh, it's all the there seems to all the lack of clean sheets, blah blah blah." But I think it's too early to say let's change our formations completely. I still think four at the back's a good option. No team's ever going to get a clean sheet every single week.
Yeah,
Th- those those the likes of Cancelo and Alonso are still going to be good options, I think. So I wouldn't be jumping to a back three myself just yet. Just one to keep an eye on though. Chelsea, I noticed Chelsea don't look quite as solid as they were. They're missing Kovacic. He's out till mid-January. I'm reading.
yeah.
Kante, they're not sure when he'll be back as well. So I think they're missing him.
When did he
So
become injury prone? Just or last however long, he just always seems injured, can't he?
yeah, he keeps getting injured, doesn't he? It's a recurring sort of things. Yeah.
Yeah.
He wasn't injured last week because he scored against Leicester.
He came back just for that game.
Yeah,
Literally just come back, scores a
come
goal, and then
back to
back out injured.
troll us.
Yeah. Strange one. Strange one. Like you say, they are missing Kovacic. Obviously, Chilwell. It's coincided with Chilwell's injury as well. I mean, it's a couple of weeks in it, back to back, like losing these clean sheets, and it's sure in fancy football how quickly the tide turns and opinion turns. They're not bad sides or bad defenses overnight. It just, as you've seen with the Masuaku goal, it can happen. Like freak goals happen. City looks so comfortable all game, and then all of a sudden there's just like they make a few changes and there's a few more attacks, and next thing you know, Watford have got themselves a goal. But the best way to counter that is like you say yourself is to have the wing backs that when you do miss out on the clean sheet, you're still hoping for an attacking return. Cancelo, an assist and a goal, he loves it. He's always up there to try and get them points. Trent, like you say, plays like a right winger. He's always having to do a goal. He's always whipping that ball into the box. Reece James, exactly the same. So these players, you put them in and don't count on the clean sheets. They're just really bonuses for them lads because they're getting assists and goals regularly. Obviously, Chilwell before the injury as well. We're racking them up. But go on, James.
I was going to say Mendy had a bit of an off game, didn't he? He gave away one of the goals,
Yeah,
and then he might have done better for the Masuaku cross.
yeah, tricky game for him. I mean, the back pass was it from Jorginho? who's that's probably the second goal he's given away in 2 games.
It is, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't great, but just stay on your feet. Don't dive into him. If he scores, then yeah, all right. But just there's no need to make that challenge. I think Bowen did well, to be fair, to get the ball off him and get himself in front at keeper again. It was a good play from Bowen, but yeah, Mendy, yeah, that goal, the Masuaku goal, he probably could. But as Masuaku were expecting a cross, he was the one that hit it, so you can't really blame him.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ben, what do you reckon, mate?
Now, you've covered what I was going to say, that basically if you've got attacking fullbacks, you're going to cover yourself for the clean sheets. If they don't get a clean sheet, they've got a possibility of scoring goals or assisting.
Yeah,
This time of year, where the game's coming thick and fast, there's going to be a lot of goals. There's going to
yeah,
be a lot of clean sheet wipeouts. So don't worry, everyone's in the same boat. But yeah, like if you're going to get the wing backs in, you're going to basically got extra wingers, haven't you? That could
yeah.
get clean sheet points. So don't worry about it.
Yeah, I'd try and get them main men in, Cancelo, James, Trent. Obviously, when like we talk about the blocks and the defences and the wipeouts, obviously the Chelsea back line were absolutely ravaged this weekend.
Yeah.
Got absolutely murdered. And I know a hell of a lot of the blocks up at the top of the league. The main Dream Team league was Chelsea blocks. Excuse me. But then you've seen anyone with a Liverpool block over the last couple of weeks. There's obviously made ground.
Yeah.
It just shows like Liverpool don't look the greatest defensively, but when there's been these half chances, these big chances for the other side, they just seem to be getting away with him at the minute. But he just swings and roundabouts. It goes round all the time. That's why they say don't chase points and stuff. Like when Liverpool have had a decent amount of points with the back line over the last few weeks, but don't go and try and change your Chelsea block for a Liverpool block, because it won't work that way. It doesn't work that way.
What do you guys think of? What do you think of United as a potential option now? They got a clean sheet today. There's some cheap options in there. Do you fancy them? Or it's too early to say, isn't it? Really?
Well, I do know that earlier on the other night, Flower Pot Man broke the app, didn't he, by trying to put Maguire in. The app didn't respond well to it. Yeah, it's a little bit too early for United, I think, but it's one of them where you've got to jump on trains early, aren't you? You've got to be on them early before the price rises, before they get clean sheets. Otherwise, you're paying 0.3 extra the week after. So,
Yeah.
I mean, if you have this week put in Maguire, De Gea, even Tellez, people like that, you're getting a 0.3 rise out of them this week, depending on what happens midweek. But you've got a clean sheet straight off.
Tellez is only 2.5 million, I notice.
Yeah.
And he can cross a ball, unlike Shaw.
And he takes set pieces.
Yeah, you just have to hope he does enough in this time before Shaw gets fit, that he does enough to hold his place.
There's a lot of people saying he will hold his place.
Yeah.
I think he should. I think going off all these performances, the reason United are in the shite like they are is for people like Shaw, Maguire, Wan-Bissaka. They're not doing it. Right? They're just not doing it. They've been awful. I'm not saying they're bad players, because they're not. They've got some quality about them. Like Shaw, he were amazing at the Euros. Like, even Maguire were brilliant. Wan-Bissaka's been one of the best one-on-one tacklers at right back. I know he's not as good as Trent going forward or James going forward, but he was great defensively. He's lost that. Don't know where it's gone. It's one of them. You got to see what happens with these players.
I asked Dream Team to add Diego Dallo, who's not on the game. I asked them to add him in midweek after the Arsenal game.
Yeah.
He would have been a nice cheapie, I reckon, 2.5 or something like that. But obviously, Wan-Bissaka was injured on Thursday. Thursday they played. So that's why he wasn't in the squad. So that's the only thing that worries me. He's like, but they do look better with Dallo and Tellez playing than Shaw and Wan-Bissaka. Look more attacking.
Yeah.
But I think it is a good time to jump on them if you with a side that's down one of your worst sides.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I jumped on United with my worst side. I brought in Maguire and I brought in De Gea. Obviously, I was a bit weary about Tellez because he don't know if he's going to keep his place. I'd like him to because he's a much more attractive player to watch than Shaw is, and I
Yeah,
think he's on set pieces as well. So, and obviously when Varane's back, that'll be interesting. But he's a bit dear. He's 3.9 million. But yeah, you could bring a couple in. I think it's worth it now, especially next when the transfers open up again.
yeah,
Norwich, Brentford's the next two games, then Brighton.
yeah. They got some
Then,
lovely fixtures, haven't
yeah,
they?
then it just goes on and on till February.
Mm.
So if you're
Yeah,
trying to make some money back, it's worth it. I think.
definitely, definitely. It's one to keep an eye on. Like you say, it's so cheap
Mm.
that it's one to watch. Right, Lee Hooper. What do we think about Kane? Yeah, can't probably be honest without swearing, I don't think. But I'm keeping him as my two transfers this week. Bowen and Antonio out have backfired so far. He's got to be due soon, and he's still getting the ratings even when not doing much. I would kick myself if I took him out and he bangs. Go on, James.
Yeah, Kane's form is certainly a concern. I'm personally, I've got him in my Dream Team Tonic team, and I'm gonna hold on to him for a bit longer because next week he faces Brighton, and Brighton have got Duffy suspended. Webster is out with no return date, according to Premier Injuries at least. Dunk picked up a knee injury, and Veltman has a facial injury. So, if Kane can't score against the patched up Brighton defence, literally all their centre backs are injured. It would appear. I'm going to give him one more week. But if he doesn't bang, then I'll probably switch him to Ronaldo. I think in my Dream Team Tonic team. I did see he managed to get 2 shots on target in the second half.
Yeah.
Did you watch the game, chat? So I watched the United game instead.
No, I didn't see it.
No, Aaron
Yeah.
Smith's. Aaron Smith's shopping for Transformers and stuff.
Yeah,
I'm going to
he's
watch
had
the
2
highlights.
shots on target. Yeah, he tried to chip the
Nothing in the
keeper. I
first half.
seen the highlights. He tried to chip the keeper, didn't he?
Did he?
Yeah, yeah. It just went wide, and then he's had 2 shots on target. The keeper did well with one of the shots I seen.
I can't believe he's going so long without scoring.
I know.
Obviously scored for England and stuff, but yeah, it's getting absolutely exhausting. I brought him in. I thought getting on him early would be the difference. I brought him in every format of Dream Team of fantasy football, and yeah, he's just stung me in them all. But I know even this week now, like he says, I'm probably going to take him out of a couple formats and leave him in the others. And then I know then, at least when he does sting me, because he will, as soon as you touch him, probably in Dream Team, as soon as I take him out of Dream Team, he'll absolutely bang. and it'd probably be like on a run of when their fixtures turn as well. He'll probably start scoring against the bigger sides, or I don't know what's up with him.
We're quite a way into the season so far, and normally, I mean, he's had a few slow starts over the years, but normally he would be firing by now. I'm getting itchy feet. I know a lot of other people are. I can see it on Twitter. But like I said, I'm going to give him one more week and then reassess.
I've been saying that for 3 weeks. It's annoying me. At least though, brought in my little mate Lucas Moura in my best side.
What a goal!
And he's just been a little diamond. To be fair, he's picking up the little ratings here and there. Assist, obviously a goal today in Starman. Great little purchase for cheap as well. I think was he 2.8 when I got him. So yeah, one of them that's paid off. He's making up for Kane's downside at the minute. Because if you had Kane and Moore in the side, and Kane was scoring them points and Moore were just ticking along with some 7 ratings, I'd be happy. So it's just working the other way around at the minute. But where if Kane was banging where I could be, it'd definitely make a big difference in that side.
For that price, though, he should be getting us a lot more points than he is.
Definitely. I think with them 3 points today, obviously he's got midweek yet.
Yeah.
So he's got enough time to change our mind, but with them 3 points, it might just avoid a big fall. Depending on what he gets midweek, we'll see. It seems to off the last game. But yeah, Kane, fucking hell, what to do with him? I mean, yeah, I'll just see what happens midweek. He's got to find his scoring boots, hasn't he? Jeez, he's too good, isn't he?
The problem is next week it's Ronaldo's got Norwich and Brentford. A lot of people are thinking about switching over from Kane to Ronaldo.
Yeah,
For
it's
that
true.
lovely run.
It's if you sat there like I know you are Ben in your DT Tonic team, you possibly are in a few of your other teams, James. Like I am, you've got Salah,
Yeah.
Kane, and Ronaldo.
Mhm.
You're more inclined to keep Kane because you've already got Ronnie. So you're looking at moving Kane onto either Lukaku or Jota. Yeah, I mean Lukaku's not ripping up any trees at the minute either. I think you'd be going from one problem to another, maybe. Although obviously he's not been playing. Yeah, I think if you sat there with Kane and you haven't got Ronaldo, I think it's Go on, answer that one then. Answer that for people that sat there with that. Would you make the move? You've got the money. You don't have to think about anything else.
Don't worry. Harry Kane's playing Leicester next week.
To be fair, I know we're going to touch on Leicester a little bit later, but yeah, I mean, there's a sack full there for him.
Yeah, so don't worry because Harry Kane is playing Leicester and he's got 11 goals in his last 8 games against us.
That's not bad, is it?
Yeah. So it's a bit of a troll for us. He's got a hat-trick and a 4-goal. He got 4 goals against us one game as well when Spurs scored 6.
That's what he needs, doesn't he? That's what he's in
he
need
needs
of.
one of his teams like Sterling against Watford this weekend. Sterling always scores against Watford, sort of thing, isn't it?
That's it. Get him back firing. Yeah, they are. I think we've done that a few times, Ben, where you've mentioned one of these stats and then they come up trumps. So let's hope that's another. Because I think in my best side, I'd probably be leaving him in. Still got 5 transfers left. I think I'll probably leave him in there because I've got Ronaldo and Salah. There's not really much I fancy outside of that. But we'll see. I'll probably still be slagging him off next week. Right, next question. Mike Hunt. He's been on. Should I swap Kane for Fred, who has more goals in the Premier League than Harry? What a guy. Bring in Fred. Switch to a 4-4-2. Brilliant. Is that Fred's second goal this season? Is he on 2? 3?
Not sure.
He might be on 3.
I have to look that up.
He's only so Fred's only 1.7 million, and how many goals has he got? It doesn't say on the Dream Team stats.
Yeah. Fred. Yeah. Jesus
He's
Christ.
got 2 goals, 2 assists, and a star man. He got star man today.
Hey, Cheeky said it in Discord group, didn't he? Don't laugh.
Yeah.
He said, but Fred's a good option at 1.7 million. So, yeah. Fair play, Steve. Good shout, mate.
He got 7 tackles today for Sky listeners.
That's unreal.
He's apparent. I was reading that he's been given the license. He was given the license to go forward a bit more today. So, we're all like we're joking about him, but at 1.7 million, he might not be a bad little enabler there.
No, it's true.
And he got passes. He got the tier 1 passes in Sky. So he would have a monster haul.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, nice question, Mike. But yeah, I can't take it seriously. Flower pot man. Right, here we go. I've held Harvey Elliott till now, as he never gets the chance to sell due to other issues. When were Harvey Elliott's injury?
It's been out for ages.
September, weren't it?
Yeah, I think it was.
But I presume that's down to funds. What's your thoughts on having a player at 0.0 million and playing with 10 big hitters? I think it's a plan that could work potentially in mini leagues. What's our thoughts? And I mean, up until this weekend, I've been playing with 10 for the last 6 weeks with Antonio. So I think it can work because there's a couple of teams that done all right with playing with Antonio. But yeah, go on, James. What do you reckon? I mean, such a cheapie.
It's an interesting question. There are actually 9 players in the game that cost 0. None of them play though.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Can you select them still?
You can. I tried it earlier. I went to put Alderweireld in, and it was letting me do it.
All right.
And he's 0 million, and I didn't hit confirm, obviously. But yeah, it would appear that you can actually put a no cost player in.
New cheat code.
There are a few other lower priced options that might pick up the odd point or two. I've noticed Idar, I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, has started for Norwich this week, and he came on last week. And I was watching the highlights of him last week, and he looks pretty attacking. He's up front, and he's only 0.6 million. So if you don't want to get someone who's not going to play, then you might want to consider somebody like him. We've mentioned Ollie Skip before. He's only 0.7.
Yeah.
He's playing regularly for Spurs. So there are a few really cheap players as well if you don't want to go for the complete non-playing option.
Yeah, I think Ollie Skip's on a total of -3 for the season, isn't he?
Yeah, something like that. Lines. But, I would imagine that Conte will get them firing. And I don't know what he's still scoring like on the ratings, whether he's getting anywhere near 7s or not.
He got 3 points today.
He did.
He's on 0 for the season now.
Well, there you go. That's made up for it then.
Yeah.
Yeah, he assisted the assister for the last goal.
Right.
So he's as good as Harry Kane other week.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I did put Ollie Skip in one of my teams further down. Went for just a massive City block, and I just needed somebody under $1 million. So he got me 3 points today. Happy days. Go on, Ben. Yeah, what are you reckoning about that? You reckon it's something you might try in one of your lesser teams?
Yeah, I played a zombie league before a few years ago, and one season Dream Team started with players on 500k, 0.5 million. So I picked 10 of the best players that I could, and then I just stuck Victor Fisher, who played for Middlesbrough. I just thought, he's cheap, and he used to be like one of these promising prospects, on Champ Man.
Yeah,
he's like really good. So I thought, I looked him up, and he was all right. Came through at Ajax and that. I thought, I'll bang him in there, 0.5 million. And then I picked 10 of the best players I could out of that. And I actually finished high up in that mini league. I did all right, just having 10 players. Because in the end, that Victor Fisher didn't even play for Middlesbrough.
Yeah.
So yeah, it can enable you like 10 really good players if you find the right player.
Yeah. It can work. You like to be thinking the top sides now that we've got up obviously near top, say maybe top 5, 6 sides, all will have very good budgets. Where, I mean, you don't have to play that to that degree.
Yeah.
But I can see where if you are struggling for budget in a side and you're wanting Ronaldo, Kane, Salah up front, that could work. Yeah. Definitely.
Well, what about Alvaro Fernandez at Brentford? He got a man of the match last week, got 13 points and a clean sheet.
Yeah.
Obviously, the Brentford haven't been doing very well defensively, but they did get a clean sheet last week.
Yeah, you put him on the watch list, didn't you?
Yeah, he's 1 million now.
Is he part of the pound shop lot?
Yeah, pound shop.
Like I say, Starman a clean sheet. You can't go wrong with that. Yeah, they're out there. Like I say, most people that Ilker losing points left, right, and centre. You wouldn't recommend it with a playing defender at 0.5 million or something, because it's usually someone who's getting tonked every week. But yeah,
What about today? Today, Roberts for Leeds. He got 12 points. He's 0.5 million.
Yeah.
Playing up
Bamford's
front.
back though, isn't he?
Eh?
I was going to mention him, but Bamford's back, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. But he still does get minutes, so doesn't he? He's a terrible player. I've watched him. But, that's why there's a reason why he's 0.5 million. But if Bamford's not playing, and he's not going to play every minute over Christmas if he's just come back from injury, I wouldn't think.
no.
Although Bielsa does seem to like to beast his players. They haven't got a big squad, have they? I could still. He will get some minutes, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'd have thought Bielsa didn't want to use Bamford today. I think he only brought him on. Obviously, they were 2-1 down.
Yeah. He had to.
It's one of them.
What-
Interesting
what-
going forwards. Like Tyler
I'd-
Roberts.
I'd
Terrible.
love to know if anyone does do that and puts a zero, a player that's not like available. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just sticks them in, just see if it works.
Yeah. Drop us your team. Send it over to us. Let's have a look at it.
Put Joe Hart in goal or something.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be perfect with a goalkeeper, wouldn't it? That doesn't play.
Yeah.
That'd be ideal. Right? Because it's not a. How many points does a goalkeeper score over the course of a season? It's.
Yeah.
If it's the difference between having a Ronaldo in your team and not, it could be the difference between winning and losing the league, like it says in the mini league. It's one to watch, definitely. Good idea. Right, Mike's been on, not the other one. It's real Mike. He wants to bring in Bruno and Ronaldo, but he can't afford both. Who do you think is a better option for the foreseeable? And he just drops in. I joined the Patreon today. Looking forward to the additional perks. Great work, lads. Cheers, Mike. Appreciate
Cheers,
that,
mate.
mate.
Cheers, mate.
Bruno and Ronaldo. Who? James?
I would say Ronaldo's the better option without a doubt. Everything's going through him. He's probably on penalties now. Bruno looked. I read that Bruno played pretty well today, though, so I don't think it's a given. But yeah, no, if I had to choose, it would definitely be Ronaldo.
Yeah, I agree with you, mate. Ronaldo's the one you want in the team. Especially now Ronaldo took that penalty on Thursday.
Yeah,
Looks like he's got the penalties now. So, and you could probably cover. Well, I don't know. You could probably cover Bruno with Sancho and Ronaldo. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Stick the two of them in.
Yeah, I agree with that. Ronaldo taking the penalties off Bruno. I think that's. I remember it seems so long ago when Bruno missed a penalty. I remember saying, like, joking, like Ronaldo were laughing inside, like, they're mine now. It's been that long, hasn't it, since that penalty? We've not known who took him afterwards. I know that Ollie said at one point that he'll choose on the day and all that stuff. But yeah, I think it shows Ronaldo's on penalty duties. Bruno's had to take a back step there. Not just for penalties, though. I were interested. It annoyed me a little bit that I didn't get to see United today, because I did want to see where Bruno were playing. It worries me a little bit that you're saying that Fred was given a little bit of a license to roam a bit more. Playing in a 3, did they have one holding and Bruno and Fred roaming a little bit behind the front 3? I'm not too sure, but yeah, seeing where Bruno plays be interesting for me. But still, Ronaldo's the better option, I think. Yeah. And from that question to this question, which shows how interesting it is. TS has been on Twitter. He said he wants to pump Bruno and Ben Rama. So he's looking at getting rid of Bruno. So it just shows one's looking at bringing him in, one's looking at taking him out. So he wants to pump both Bruno out and Benrahma. They both had good fixtures. Are they sideways moves to Bowen and another? Has there been a shift to attack? How long do we hold our defensive doubles? He's got 3 transfers and 1.2 million in the bank. James.
Well, I think I've covered the the shift to the back in the previous
Yeah,
question. I wouldn't be making any rush to move away from a back four if you've got some decent players in there. I
yeah,
don't think there are masses of midfield options myself. Um, I'm not sure I'd be getting rid of Fernandez unless you've got a plan for that money.
yeah,
I still think he's a decent option. I could see why you'd want to get rid of Ben Rama. He's not been doing a lot. He's off to the African Cup of Nations. Bowen does look like a reasonable option. You're going to have to get rid of Ben Rama anyway at some point.
Yeah.
What would you do, Ben?
Well, his team's on the screen here. It's Mendy, Walker, Alonso, Alexander Arnold, Cancelo at the back, Fernandez, Benrahma, Bernardo Silva, Salah, Son, and Jota. Well, he's got two African players. He's got three, but obviously with Salah. But Benrahma and Mendy. If he wants to raise funds, and I think his defense is solid. He doesn't need to do
yeah.
anything with his defense. If he wants to raise funds to upgrade Son to Ronaldo, maybe drop Mendy down to a cheaper goalkeeper and Benrahma to another cheaper midfielder. And then he should be able to afford Son. And if he wanted to do another transfer to get more money, maybe drop Walker down to a Man United defender. Whoa! But like Walker's he's just steady, and he's just 3.9 million is quite a lot of money for a player. It's just steady. I just think you could drop him down for a United centre half, or like Maguire's 3.1, so that's 800k. I don't know. It's just something to think about anyway.
I think looking at his team
Mm.
and looking at the month ahead, so he's already used two transfers. I think
All
his
right,
back
yeah,
four is solid.
yeah,
He's sat there. Yeah, he's got Mendy in net, Ben Rama in middle. Ben Rama's probably going to play midweek. Obviously, he only come off the bench, didn't he?
yeah,
So he's probably going to be one of them that play. Son obviously scored today. Jota should have scored. Salah is Salah. Um, I, d- I don't. I get what you're saying. Are they sideways moves? Like Bowen, he's playing well. I mean, if he was like you're saying, James, if you're after somebody, if you're looking for some, if you're looking for a way into somebody, like if you were saying you want Ronaldo up top, then yeah, get rid of Bruno, bring in Sancho, and put Ronaldo up top. I think the funds will cover that easily,
mm.
and you could probably take out Son or Jota, whoever you fancied. But I think what are we in with 5th, 6th of December now? It's a very long month, and as we
Yeah,
touched on a little bit earlier, COVID, because that it is getting rife again. All we're hearing now is all players got COVID, and players got COVID, and it's going to get worse. It's not going to get any better. I think we're going to have quite a like traumatic month. I think when we're going to start hearing a lot of it. Hopefully, it doesn't affect games like getting called off and stuff like that. Hopefully, that it doesn't go down that route. But yeah, I think we're going to see a hell of a lot more players drop with it, and them transfers are going to be invaluable because no longer are they just out for. They're not going to be out for a few days. You're probably going to miss over a Christmas period. You could probably miss 2 or 3 games.
Yeah.
So to have them 3 transfers there, you've got a playing 11 there that they're all playing. They're
yeah,
all starters. They're not. There's nobody hit and miss there. The only one that's probably hit and miss is maybe Alonso after his performance at weekend. But Walker, obviously, he's going to be maybe rotate with Zinchenko coming in on the left and Cancelo moving across to the right. But
Cancelo's going to miss a game soon, surely. He'll probably
well,
miss the Champions League game, won't he?
yeah, you'd think
Yeah.
so. You think he's going to get rested, and he'll take that opportunity to rest him for that game, a nothing game. Might even see Bernardo sit out of that game as well because he's been someone who's played continuously.
Yeah.
KDB will play.
Yeah, I really I wouldn't touch it. I wouldn't.
Yeah,
I think sometimes you can just make transfers. I know Bowen looks good, and unless you're after a player, don't make the moves. They will be sideways moves, and you probably take Ben Ram out or Bruno out, put Bowen in. Bowen gets a red card. Ben Rama scores a 2, and you just ruin it. You ruin it. Just stay with it for now. It's a long month, December. Long month. that goes as me, who was just up above in my Dream Team Tonic team. Has made 3 transfers, but in my higher up teams, I've still got 5 and 4. I think 5 in my third team. So I've kept them back. I would add to that, lads. I think
you
when
covered
we
that.
see a team like that, we automatically want to change it, don't we? Because
Yeah.
they're asking that. But sometimes it's just good to stay still in it.
Yeah, still
It
4
is.
game weeks to go. And like Ben Rahman's the fifth highest scoring midfielder in the game. Obviously, hasn't had a haul for a while, but he seems to get like big hauls, doesn't he? Like Mahrez.
Yeah,
He gets like the odd 18, 20 pointer. But
yeah.
like they're playing Europe on Thursday, he'll probably score a goal or two. And then we'll
Wouldn't
be like, oh,
surprise me.
stick, yeah.
Wouldn't
But yeah,
surprise
keep
me.
your transfers back for the end of the month if these players go to AFCON.
Yeah, James.
Yeah, top advice that I think. Yeah, I have nothing else to add.
Nothing else to add, sir. Right, that's it for the questions. We've got a few talking points, though, I think we need to touch on because there's a few players maybe that we haven't mentioned, which probably deserve a mention after this week. First one up, should we be considering Raheem Sterling now after a good run of games in that City side? Not just that, but looking bloody good as well. He's a firing Sterling. He's like the Sterling that were at the Euros for England. He's playing very well. And at the price, is he someone we should be looking at winging in? Or are we scared? Are we scared that Pep's, as soon as we put him in, Pep's going to lynch him back out and he's done? What do you reckon, James? Is he someone you follow up, mate?
I didn't think I'd ever be saying this, but Sterling is averaging 5.8 points per game in the last 5,
Wow.
and that's pretty. That's right up there.
Yeah.
He's actually in the top 4. If you look at the average points in the last 5 games, he's actually in the top 4. The 3 guys above him are Maddison, Bernardo Silva, and Ronaldo in that order, and then you've got Sterling in 4th place with 5.8 points per game. It's that's pretty good returns considering there aren't too many midfield options that are banging at the moment, consistently at least. I think it's worth looking at.
Yeah. Ben?
Yeah, he's definitely becoming an option. It's just tricky in it with such a long month. You bring him in, and then he starts getting dropped again. It's a tricky one. If I had a team right at the top, I wouldn't be bringing him in personally.
Yeah.
But if you're down the bottom, it's worth sticking him in. Could pay off. It's one of them ones. It's just 50-50. You know what Pep's like. Look at Mahrez now. He's hardly playing, and when Mahrez plays, he can bang. So it's tricky. It's like Ziyech as well. Ziyech, I like Ziyech. Every time he plays Chelsea, he looks really good. Gets involved with the goals. Gets star man. But then he'll get dropped for 5 games. Like, where the hell is he? It's just so frustrating.
It is, and that's the risk in it. And I think on the back of Sterling playing so well and averaging for so well, now Grealish is back, De Bruyne's back, Foden's just come back, and all of a sudden these options up in them top 3 positions. I mean, the bench, they're Jesus, De Bruyne, and Mahrez on bench weekend. I mean, it's mental, absolutely mental. But we can't fault like them averages you've just banged on there, James. Like they're up there, they're top. You can't talk somebody out of the play like that, but the risk is the pet roulette. But we play it every year. Get involved in it, and he was a pet darling, weren't he? He couldn't get dropped the other year.
Yeah, even when he wasn't performing, he still played. But yeah, I think he's out of he hasn't signed a new contract, has he? So there's lots of rumours swirling around constantly about him. Barcelona want to buy him for £3.50 and a packet of quavers because that's all they can afford. City are saying like we want 50 million for him. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, he seems to be back in favour in the last couple of games, though.
Yeah. Anybody that jumped on him earlier, bang on. Great decision. But he's always going to be a threat to be dropped out, especially with De Bruyne. Cause I think Grealish played more central, did he?
Yeah, played false 9.
So,
Foden played out wide.
yeah. So, obviously, that left hand side, obviously, if they play Sterling up right or wherever, but yeah, them positions are getting filled up now that the injury table at City's emptying. So, one to watch though, especially his price.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, Maddison, your mate Maddison, you sat there in your Leicester top. Ben, obviously today was a bit of a sobering experience, I guess, because Leicester looked so good going forward without Vardy. I thought Leicester looked really good, doing a lot of good play, and at the heart of it were James Maddison. He played pretty well. Every time I looked at Tell, he was doing something. He was quite unlucky, probably not to score a few times. So take away the Leicester failings at the back, because you cannot keep a clean sheet for Toffee. I think is that 2 clean sheets in 23 or something like that. Something crazy like that. It's nearly as bad as United's record.
Yeah,
isn't it?
they've had 2 clean sheets. One was in the Carabao Cup and the other one was in the league, first game of the season against Wolves.
Crazy as well. When we're considering it's Johnny Evans, Soyuncu. Obviously, I know that you've had troubles at the back, obviously Fofana and that, but you've got a decent team there. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, going forward, Maddison, what do you reckon?
Streaky player, very streaky player. The last 3 seasons, he's gone on like runs over 8 games, and then he does nothing for the rest of the season. He's doing it again now. He's gone and trolled everyone this week. Got a -1 after scoring.
He got a yellow card, didn't he?
Yeah, after scoring 45 points over 3 games.
Yeah.
The last few games. Yeah, so for 3 million, you can't really grumble, can you? But there is other options there at that price, like Sancho, Mora. Mora's gone and scored a wonder goal today.
Yeah.
It's, I don't know. I wouldn't suggest to get him in, but because the fixtures turn at the end of the month, they got Liverpool in the cup, Man City away, Liverpool at home. But then next month it turns again to play Norwich. Then they got the FA Cup, so it swings and roundabouts. The fixtures are all right now. They've got Newcastle next weekend. They've just turned a corner. They've just won, so. And then Tottenham, Harry Kane, he'll come and score 4 goals. So yeah, I don't know. I haven't got him in any team, so what does that tell you?
Well, you don't want to jinx him, do you? James, what you reckon? Have you seen much of him so far?
I put Harvey Barnes in, didn't I, a few months ago, and he went crap.
Good goal today, though, Barnes.
Yeah.
Go on, James.
Yeah.
I was just going to say, I tend to avoid these players that are streaky, like Ben says. That it does burn me sometimes, because I'm like, I'm not going to bring him in. I know he's streaky, and then sometimes you get the odd player that then sort of goes on a run and completely knocks that historical the information you've built up over the years, and you've got these casual players jumping on these types of guys, and then it can burn you. But no, I don't fancy him myself.
No.
Yeah, if you're getting him in, it's very short term, because he'll go off a cliff at some point. He's got Newcastle next weekend. He'll probably score against them, because he always
cue back-to-back Maddison hat-tricks.
No, he won't do that. But he might get a 17-pointer or something.
Yeah. No. I just touching on Leicester game. Do you see the Villa disallowed goal?
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm screaming at my telly, like, not for no reason other than this is football rules. He did not have hold of the ball. He's one hand. Since when having one hand on the ball constitute having control of it?
Yeah.
That is tosh. I remember being a kid, and if the keeper had one hand on ball, like so he's about to take a goal, he can knock it out of his hand.
Yeah,
He's
well,
not.
that's the old rules, isn't it?
Have I not read them recently enough?
No, they keep changing the rules, don't they?
I think it's a
So
perfectly
basically,
good
you know,
goal.
like, have you seen it where goalkeepers throw the ball up in the air and they're
Yeah.
about to kick it and someone kicks the ball out of the way? Well, basically, they're saying that the goalkeeper's still in control of the ball, so you can't do that anymore.
Oh
Which
God.
I think was really clever when players used to do that. I used to like that.
Yeah.
But now they're saying that because he had a hand on the ball, he's in control of the ball. If he's got his hand on the ball and between him or a surface, which is the floor, it's classed as he's got the ball under control. It's just
Yeah.
the rules now. I remember the days like we just said, like they used to just kick the ball out the keeper's hands and stuff like that. It's
Yeah.
class, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I was like, never. What is this? It's absolute rubbish. But yeah. And then just going on to VAR again, and then we go up the other end, and was it Dewsbury Hall, the
Yeah.
famous tourist attraction? Dewsbury Hall. He basically he gets his foot trod on.
Yeah.
He was fuming, and obviously it all goes to VAR, and then they say, "Oh no, he's not touched him." But
Yeah.
then they show the replay on Sky again, and he turns it from a different angle, and you look at it, and he's got his foot trod on.
I know.
And then commentator says, "Yeah, nothing in that." Like, which screen you looking at, mate?
They keep changing the rules. It's doing me head in right. 2 years ago in the World Cup, they fucking gave penalties here, right, left, right, centre. Last season of the Premier League, penalties every week for United, penalties everywhere. And then this year they've gone, right, no, we're not giving any penalties at all. You've hardly seen any penalties this year, have we?
No.
Look at United, they've had 2 penalties all season.
Well, that's why Ollie got sacked, wasn't it?
Yeah.
If they'd have had the rightful amount of penalties, Ollie were leading United title.
Yeah. It's just, they keep changing the rules. It's just fucking annoying.
Yeah, it was.
Did you see Schmeichel getting elbowed in the face at the end as well? Mings.
Missed that one.
He went up for the header with Mings last minute of the game. Mings is like, Young's come in the back of him, pushed him, and then Mings is jumped up. He didn't even head it, and he's elbowed Schmeichel in the face. Schmeichel's gone down the floor, and he's just like, what the fuck? Penalty.
No, I'll tell you what that's from. That's from the Euros when Schmeichel did that dodgy interview, slagging English off. So Mings remembered that and thought,
Yeah.
you can have that, Schmeichel.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But to be fair, Leicester didn't deserve anything from the game, I didn't think.
It could have been 4, 5, 6. It could have been more.
Did you see, actually, Martinez pulled off a wonder save. You see that?
Oh, yeah.
Harvey Barnes header.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was in that.
One for the photo book, that was, wasn't it?
Oh,
Yeah.
it was. Amazing save. Amazing. We touched on the Chelsea defence and the Liverpool defence. Jared Bowen touched on him as well. I think we've covered most talking points. Harry Kane probably being the biggest letdown of the weekend as usual. I'm definitely not reading the top 10 this week. So who wants to do the honours?
I'll read it.
Go on
You
then,
mean the
mate.
top 11?
Oh, have we got the
I
top
thought
11?
I thought we could do the top 11 this week. Just to mix it up a bit.
That. Oh, yeah.
Go on, Ben.
Ben.
Do the top 11.
Right. Do, 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 do. In 11th place, Frick's Dream Team Tonic 11.
Yes!
Hooray!
Good on, mate.
In 10th place, Daytona, Matthew Westwood. In 9th place, Goldie Looking Chain, Kerry Jones. In 8th place, the champion from last year, the holding champion, Fergie Time 3, Andrew Ferguson. In 7th place, winging it, Henry Cartridge. In 6th place, Brad Friedel, Anthony Sutcliffe.
Come on, here I am. Up into 6, flying. Absolutely flying. Go on, Bradley.
Go on. And in 5th place, Penenka FC, Heath Robson. 4th place, Holland 03, Niels Koopman. In third place, Braveheart, Freedom, Jonathan Perrell. In second place, Gold Hunting, Dan Sherwood. And a new leader. In first place, Sir Alex FC2, Alex Cole.
Hey, fair play. Alex
Yeah.
Cole back to the top.
2 points between the top two.
Yeah, they've got a 50-point cushion as well, them two. Doing well. Really good scores. Yeah, massive. They must be not far off in the whole thing, I guess, with that score.
Nice score for you, 62 points.
Yeah, good week for that team. Lucas Moura, my mate. That team as well obviously had Kane and Ronaldo. Really, if they'd have done a little bit today,
huge.
yeah, it could be a really nice score. But I take it. It's been gradually climbing that team. Happy with it into the money places. Most owned. Let's go to most owned then. Ben in the top 1K.
Yeah. Top 5. Mo Salah 99.7. Has that gone down a little bit?
It has, I think, by 2 teams. 2 teams or 1 team. Someone's transferred him out.
Yeah.
Well, no, they might not transfer him out. It might have been a change at the bottom of the 1K. The teams that are in the 1K.
Point, yeah.
Surely no one's transferred him out.
Yeah, good point.
Unless they thought the AFCON was in December. You never know. It happens, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Someone sat there kicking themselves.
There's been a big jump for Bernardo Silva anyway, 80.2%.
That's some lad at work saying to their mate, you know, AFCON starts at the start of December, don't you? You go, yeah. Salah's you got to get rid of Salah. sorry, Ben, go on. But yeah, that's what I do.
Third place, Trent Alexander-Arnold, 71.5%. Cristiano Ronaldo, 67.5%. He's 8.3 million as well, like Salah now. And Reece James, 53.8%. Anybody on there that surprises you?
No, but when you had them, so Reece James 53.8, Mendy 50.1, Rudiger 40.2. So that's probably the little block of Chelsea defenders that's absolutely decimated the top 1K this weekend. But swings and roundabouts, like I say, it happens, doesn't it?
Hey, but Thiago Silva still got some points, didn't he?
He did. He made up for it, and he's on there, isn't he? 29.4%. He probably cushioned the ball a little bit.
Nick to go.
Yeah, differential. We'll touch on that. We will touch on that. Right, latest ins, most transferred in since last week. Bernardo Silva up there, 36,000 transfers in, 36,000 happy owners. Great transfer. I think I brought him into most of the teams. I didn't have him. Yotta, trolling, another 33,000 owners. Should have had some points. Maddison, another troll. 21,000 owners, new owners, disappointed with a -1. Robertson, 10,000 new owners, clean sheet. And
nice.
Mason Mount, 9,000 new owners with a really nice performance. Obviously, Chelsea lost, but Mount played very, very well. My lad did his bit. Yeah, he did his bit again. If anyone wants to give me a nudge and get me to have another word, I'm going to start charging £2 a do. Anyway, latest outs, James.
So at the top, we've got Ben Rama with 22,000 people transferring out. Chilwell, 13,000 out. Antonio, 13,000 out. Grealish, 12,000 out. And Foden, 10,000 out. It's a bit
strange one with
surprised.
Foden.
I wouldn't have got rid of him personally if I had him, but
unless they transferred him out for the Chelsea game early doors Saturday without seeing the lineups and knowing that you're back. That'd be my only explanation for getting rid of Foden, really. Yeah. Anybody on there surprising?
I see nearly 5,000 people got rid of Kane this week. They're already getting the masses are already getting restless.
I expect that to be a very high figure next week.
Yeah.
I think we might see his picture on the out list. But
Hey,
yeah,
Townsend's on there. Still
well,
in,
we
still in
knew, didn't
9,000
we?
teams.
We knew. He did troll us for a little bit, didn't he?
Yeah.
Doing his Sue celebration. Sue!
Sue.
But yeah, it don't last, does it? Like you say about streaky players, he had a really good run, but it's come to an end. Right. So here we go, the differential league. It's an update from obviously end of last month. We've had the choices going for this month. So last month's results. We'll start with the community who got Aubameyang in for the month, and he got a complete total of -5 points. so not the best of choices. Connor and the community need to sort that out. Fergie had Reece James, who got a nice 36 points. Very, very good from a defender. James, you had Chilwell, we got you 15. And
Yeah,
Ben
got injured,
Foden.
didn't he?
Yeah, I think
Yep.
same with Foden
3
as well.
points.
3 points in an injury. And I had Jota so back to back, very good months for me. Jota got me 39. So I'm back in the game. So the choices for December, but the community chose Jota. Trying to ride on my coattails.
I think the Hoodoos carried on with Aubameyang here.
Definitely. It's not looking good, is it, when you're missing the chances like that? Fergie went for Laporte. He got 3 points. Very unlucky not to get a goal the other night. Laporte
Yeah.
had 2 or 3 chances. I thought, Jesus Christ, Fergie's sneaking some points here. James, you had Jesus, and even he couldn't save you.
He looked like he was going to come off injured at the end, near the end of the game. I was like, "Oh no!"
Well, he did.
But then,
I tell you what, he went over on the ankle, didn't he?
Yeah.
One of them cheeky little fouls, weren't it, when they click back of your heels?
Yeah. I was like, "Here we go." But
Pep weren't happy.
he was all right at the end of the game, I think.
Yeah. Pep were fuming because it is one of them. You do make them professional fouls where they're going away from you. You click the heels, take the yellow card, but it's shown on that front-on shot how much damage you can do because he looked like he could have done some ligament damage there, but hopefully he's all right. Ben, you're leading for the month so far.
Come
6
on.
points. Thiago Silva to get you back in there.
The comeback starts here.
You could do with the points, couldn't you?
So yeah, he's got you 6 points. My player Smith Rowe hasn't played yet, so I'm currently on 0. The league as it stands is first is Fergie on 87 points, second James on 80, third the community 77, fourth Tony 76, and bringing up the rear Ben 44.
Come on.
You need a big month from Thiago Silva, bring you back into it.
I'm coming for you.
Right, game week 15 next week, obviously after the midweek games, and that is a cash week in the Dream Team Tonic Cash League. So if you're in that, £50 to the best score for the game week 15. Last time out, game week 10 winner was me. Happy days. So hopefully I can do the same again. Saves me a bank transfer. But yeah, so good luck in that. If you've not been onto the website, dreamteamtonic.com, get across there and see Connor's brilliant Dream Team blog. Put some amazing work into that, follow his team through the season. Steve, now we've cleared up all the problems with Sky. He's back with his Sky Fantasy Football blog. Give that a read. Mike's back with his fan team blog. Do some really good stuff, them three. So, put a lot of effort into it. So if you could head across there and give them a read, be appreciated. If you're looking for a platform to blog on, we are open to some bloggers. So if you drop us a direct message on Twitter at Dream Team Tonic, or drop it in the comments below on YouTube or on the Patreon or on the Anchor website. If you have any suggestions to improve the podcast, or anything you would like to see included, or there's something you think we should add, just gives a message, open to suggestions, and we're open. Anything to add, lads?
Just one thing, Tony. Be more Divock.
Ooh, Divock Origi.
Oh,
Big win that, mate.
what a legend he is.
Definitely.
Last minute goal. Nice one.
Just I've got something to add, actually, to answer my own question. Is we might all have Premier League teams next year because the Rovers are on the march in the Championship. I don't know if you listen to it, but we're up there in fourth, flying high. Might be swapping places with Burnley. How nice that'd be.
With a Chilean striker.
Brereton Diaz. Hey, he was crap when he was just Ben Brereton.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, they've added Diaz on the back of his name. Ben Brereton Diaz, and they can't stop scoring. You used to buy them players on Champman, didn't you? If they had a foreign sounding name, he sounds like a goal scorer. I get him. Sounds Diaz. Yeah, he's a goal scorer.
It's actually Benjamin Brereton Diaz.
I like it.
What's the song you were singing?
Oh God. Yeah, there's that Twitter video going around, isn't there? Jesus. But yeah, he's obviously come good for us. So yeah, we're on the march. Anyway, hopefully the midweeks is as fruitful as the weekend. Good luck, chaps.
Cheers, mate.
Yep.
Cheers.
Cheers.